Welcome to Book Buzz Reviews and Summaries. Imagine this. You're standing at the edge of a deal that could transform your career. Your client is interested, the conversation has gone well, and the finish line is in sight. But then, hesitation creeps in, and the deal begins to slip through your fingers. Sound familiar? What if I told you that the difference between a missed opportunity and a closed sale isn't just luck or timing? It's an art, and you can master it. Welcome to a journey into the art of closing the sale by Tracy, a masterclass in mastering the single most crucial skill in professional selling, turning prospects into paying customers. This isn't just another sales book filled with abstract theories and cliches. It's a step-by-step guide from one of the greatest sales experts in the world, packed with proven techniques, psychological insights, and practical strategies that you can start using today. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, this book will show you how to overcome objections, build trust, and, most importantly, close the sale with confidence. Get ready to unlock the secrets to making more money faster and skyrocketing your sales career. Let's dive in. Part 1. The Mindset and Preparation of a Master Closer. Tracy, a master in the world of sales training, opens the art of closing the sale by challenging readers to understand one simple truth. Closing a sale is an art form. It requires skill, preparation, and a mindset tuned for success. Part 1 of the book lays the groundwork for what it means to close a sale, why the act of closing is so critical, and how you can transform yourself into a confident, unstoppable closer. Chapter 1. The Psychology of Selling, the Foundation of Success. Imagine walking into a room with a potential client. You're dressed sharply, your pitch is prepared, and yet there's a nagging doubt in your mind. Tracy begins by addressing the inner game of sales, the psychological strength and belief system that separates mediocre sellers from the greats. In this chapter, Tracy stresses that success in closing starts long before you meet the customer. He tells readers, believe in your product. If you don't genuinely believe in the value of what you're selling, it's impossible to inspire confidence in others. Tracy recalls a story about a struggling vacuum cleaner salesman who transformed his career by using the product himself and becoming a true believer in its benefits. Develop unwavering confidence. Confidence is contagious. Tracy compares sales to a transference of emotion. If you're excited and certain about your offer, that energy will naturally flow to the customer. Overcome fear of rejection. The number one barrier to success in sales is the fear of hearing no. Tracy flips this idea, explaining that every no gets you closer to a yes. He shares an anecdote of a young salesperson who viewed rejection as a game. Each rejection brought him closer to his ultimate goal. The core lesson? Sales isn't just about technique. It's about mindset. Tracy urges you to cultivate positivity, resilience, and a deep conviction that you can succeed. Chapter 2. The Law of Six, the Power of Repetition and Practice. Tracy introduces the concept of the Law of Six, a rule that highlights the importance of practice and preparation. He explains that most successful closers rehearse their approach 6 times more than average sellers. This preparation ensures they can handle any objection or challenge thrown their way. Tracy walks us through the habits of top-performing salespeople, weaving in anecdotes of those who turned their careers around simply by practicing more. Master the script. Like actors rehearsing their lines, salespeople must internalize their pitch until it feels natural and authentic. Tracy shares a story about an insurance agent who spent hours perfecting his script, leading to a record-breaking year of sales. Simulate real objections. Tracy encourages role-playing with colleagues or friends to practice handling objections. He recalls one salesperson who simulated tough customer scenarios with his mentor, becoming nearly bulletproof in real sales situations. Repeat your process daily. Whether it's practicing a close, rehearsing answers to objections, or refining your opening, repetition is the key to mastery. The takeaway is clear. Preparation breeds confidence, and confidence breeds success. Tracy leaves readers with this thought. You don't rise to the occasion. You fall to your level of preparation. Chapter 3. Building rapport, the gateway to trust. Before you can close any sale, you must first open the door to trust. Tracy emphasizes that rapport is the foundation upon which all successful sales are built. He paints a vivid picture of the master closer as someone who connects deeply with their customers, making them feel understood, valued, and heard. Tracy shares actionable techniques for building rapport, including mirror and match, people like those who are similar to them. Tracy explains how matching a customer's tone, body language, and pace of speech can create a subconscious bond. Ask open-ended questions. Instead of launching into a pitch, great closers ask thoughtful questions that encourage customers to share their needs and desires. Tracy tells a heartwarming story of a car salesman who doubled his sales simply by listening more than he talked. Genuine empathy. Customers can sense authenticity. Tracy recalls a young salesperson who succeeded by sincerely focusing on helping customers rather than just closing deals. This chapter's golden rule is, people don't buy from salespeople, they buy from trusted advisors. By mastering the art of rapport building, you set the stage for a smoother, more natural close. Chapter 4. The Art of Asking Questions, Unlocking the Customer's Needs. One of the most captivating parts of Part 1 is Tracy's discussion of questions as a salesperson's greatest tool. He likens asking questions to peeling an onion. Layer by layer, you uncover the customer's true desires, concerns, and motivations. Key lessons include: start broad, then narrow. Begin with general questions like, what's most important to you in a solution? Then drill down to specifics. Tracy shares a story of a real estate agent who used this technique to pinpoint exactly what his clients were looking for, leading to faster sales. Use the 80-20 rule. Let the customer talk 80% of the time while you listen and guide the conversation with well-placed questions. Discover pain points. Customers are often motivated by a desire to solve problems. Tracy recounts the tale of a tech salesperson who doubled his close rate by focusing on uncovering and addressing customer frustrations. The chapter's takeaway? Selling is less about telling and more about asking. When you truly understand your customer, closing the sale becomes a natural next step. Chapter 5. Developing the Winning Mindset, Persistence, and Positivity. Tracy wraps up Part 1 by emphasizing the importance of persistence in the face of uncertainty. Sales can be a roller coaster, filled with ups and downs, but those who succeed are the ones who refuse to give up. He shares several inspiring stories of persistence, including one about a door-to-door salesman who faced 100 rejections in a single day but kept going. By the end of the week, his persistence paid off with record-breaking sales. Tracy outlines strategies to maintain a winning mindset. Visualize success. Create a mental image of your goals and achievements. This keeps you motivated even during tough times. Celebrate small wins. Every small victory builds momentum and confidence. Stay positive. Your attitude is contagious. A positive, can-do mindset not only boosts your own performance, but also inspires confidence in your customers. Tracy ends this chapter with a reminder. The race is not always to the swift, but to those who keep running. Part 2. The Mechanics of Closing the Sale. In Part 2 of The Art of Closing the Sale, Brian Tracy transitions from foundational principles to actionable techniques. This section is packed with practical, step-by-step methods that help salespeople guide customers toward the ultimate decision, saying yes. With Tracy's conversational and engaging tone, this part blends timeless sales wisdom with real-world examples, ensuring readers feel confident and empowered to close any deal. Chapter 6. The Perfect Timing. When to Close the Sale. Timing is everything in sales, and Tracy likens closing to planting seeds. If you harvest too early, the deal can fall apart. If you wait too long, you risk losing the opportunity. This chapter dives into recognizing the right moment to close, a skill that distinguishes top performers from the rest. Tracy identifies key buying signals, both verbal and nonverbal. Verbal cues, statements like, "How soon can we get started?" or "Is this available in other options?" indicate the customer is ready to make a decision. Nonverbal cues, leaning forward, nodding, or examining the details of a contract often signal readiness. He shares the story of a furniture salesperson who mastered the art of watching for subtle signals. By learning to recognize when customers were mentally ready, this salesperson increased her closing rate by 40%. Tracy emphasizes, "You don't sell when you're ready. You sell when the customer is ready." Practical tip: use trial closes, such as asking, "How does this sound to you so far?" to gauge the customer's readiness. Chapter 7: The Power of Questions, Guiding the Customer to Yes. Building on the concepts of Part 1, Tracy delves deeper into how questions can be used not only to uncover needs, but also to steer the conversation toward a successful close. He introduces the closing funnel approach, where questions gradually narrow the customer's focus toward a commitment. Tracy provides examples of questions that guide the customer. "If we can address all your concerns, would you be ready to move forward today? What's most important to you in making this decision?" He shares a powerful anecdote about a life insurance agent who successfully closed deals by asking just the right question at the right time. When a hesitant client voiced concerns, the agent asked, "What would happen to your family if you weren't here tomorrow?" The question hit home, and the client signed on the spot. Key takeaway: the right questions create clarity, urgency, and trust, moving the customer closer to a decision. Chapter 8: Overcoming Objections, Turning No into Yes. Tracy introduces objections as opportunities, not obstacles. He reassures readers that objections are a sign the customer is engaged and considering the offer seriously. The key is learning to address concerns effectively without becoming defensive. The chapter is filled with practical techniques for handling objections. Acknowledge and empathize. Tracy explains that customers want to feel heard. For example, when a customer says, "This is too expensive," you can reply, "I understand. Many of my clients felt the same way initially." Clarify the objection. Ask, "When you say it's too expensive, do you mean it's over your budget, or do you feel the value doesn't justify the cost?" Reframe the objection. Shift the focus to benefits. For instance, "This might seem like a big investment up front, but think about the long-term savings it will provide." Tracy highlights the story of a young salesperson who turned objections into opportunities by listening patiently and reframing concerns as benefits. Over time, this approach made him the top performer in his company. Chapter 9: Closing Techniques That Work. Here, Tracy lays out a toolbox of proven closing techniques, each tailored to different customer personalities and scenarios. He encourages readers to master multiple techniques and adapt them based on the situation. Some of the techniques he outlines include: 1. The assumptive close. Act as though the decision has already been made. For example, "Should I schedule delivery for next Monday?" 2. The alternative close. Offer a choice between two positive options. For example, "Would you prefer the monthly plan or the annual plan?" 3. The summary close. Recap the benefits and ask for the decision. For example, "So, you'll get benefit 1, benefit 2, and benefit 3. Shall we move forward?" 4. The urgency close. Create a sense of urgency by emphasizing deadlines. For instance, "This offer is only available until the end of the month." Tracy shares a memorable example of a car salesperson who used the urgency close to sell vehicles before promotions ended. By highlighting limited availability, he created a natural pressure that encouraged customers to act quickly. Key advice: practice these techniques until they feel natural and intuitive. The best closers make these approaches seamless and conversational. Chapter 10: Creating a Sense of Ownership. In this chapter, Tracy introduces a concept he calls emotional ownership. The idea is simple. If customers can imagine themselves using the product or service, they are more likely to buy. Tracy explains that customers must feel the benefits of what you're offering before they will commit. He suggests techniques to foster this sense of ownership, encourage a trial, offer free samples or demo versions. For example, why don't you test this for a week and see how it works for you? Paint vivid pictures. Help the customer visualize success. For instance, imagine yourself driving this car on your next road trip. It's perfect for long drives. Use inclusive language. Say things like, once you have this in your home, or when you start using this, you'll notice a big difference. Tracy recalls a success story about a luxury real estate agent who brought clients to properties and encouraged them to imagine their lives there. By connecting emotionally with the space, clients were more likely to make offers. Golden rule: people buy based on emotion, then justify with logic. Create that emotional connection first. Chapter 11. The Role of Persistence. The fortune is in the follow-up. Tracy ends part 2 with an important lesson. Persistence is often the difference between success and failure. He cites statistics showing that most sales are closed after the 5th or 6th interaction, yet many salespeople give up after the 1st or 2nd attempt. He outlines a follow-up strategy that includes timely communication. Always follow up within 24 hours of the initial conversation. Adding value. Each interaction should provide something useful, such as answering questions, offering new insights, or sharing success stories. Polite persistence. Stay professional and respectful, even if the customer initially says no. Tracy shares an inspiring story of a software salesperson who closed a massive deal after 6 months of consistent, value-driven follow-ups. The client ultimately said, "You were the only one who kept following up, so I knew you cared." Part 3. Mastering the Inner Game of Sales. In the final part of The Art of Closing the Sale, Brian Tracy focuses on the internal factors that drive success in sales. This section explores mindset, self-belief, and personal discipline, showing that the key to closing more sales lies as much in a salesperson's mind as it does in their external strategies. Tracy emphasizes that developing a strong inner game not only boosts sales, but also leads to a more fulfilling and rewarding career. Chapter 12. The Psychology of Selling. Believe in yourself. Tracy opens this chapter by diving into the psychology of selling. He asserts that belief in yourself and your product is the foundation of success. If you lack confidence or doubt your offering's value, customers will sense it. He explains that self-confidence comes from preparation and mindset. Tracy recalls a story about a new salesperson who was initially shy and unsure of her abilities. Through extensive product training and practicing her pitch daily, she grew confident in her knowledge and skills. Within a year, she became her company's top performer. Tracy offers actionable tips for building belief. 1. Visualize success. Spend a few minutes each morning imagining yourself confidently closing deals. 2. Affirm your abilities. Use positive affirmations, such as, "I am a skilled and successful closer." 3. Celebrate small wins. Every successful close, no matter how small, reinforces your belief in yourself. Key takeaway: the more you believe in yourself, the more others will believe in you. Chapter 13. Emotional Resilience. Bouncing back from rejection. Rejection is an inevitable part of sales, but how you respond to it determines your long-term success. Tracy shares the story of a young insurance agent who almost quit after hearing no repeatedly. Instead, he reframed rejection as a stepping stone to success, learning from each encounter and improving his approach. Within 3 years, he became one of the top agents in the country. Tracy emphasizes that resilience is a learned skill. He encourages readers to adopt a growth mindset, viewing setbacks as opportunities to learn. He also recommends strategies for managing emotions. Detach from outcomes. Focus on doing your best rather than obsessing over the result. Practice gratitude. Shift your focus from losses to the opportunities still ahead. Develop a routine. Stick to a structured schedule to maintain momentum, even after tough days. Practical advice: keep a journal of lessons learned from rejections. Over time, you'll notice patterns and areas for improvement. Chapter 14: The Power of Persistence, the Magic of Never Giving Up. Persistence is a recurring theme in Tracy's work, and here he dives deeper into its importance. He shares a statistic: 80% of sales are made after the fifth follow-up, yet most salespeople give up after just two. Tracy encourages readers to view persistence not as pestering, but as a demonstration of care and commitment. He tells the story of a software salesperson who closed a multi-million-dollar deal after 8 months of consistent follow-ups. Each time, the salesperson provided valuable insights, answered questions, and demonstrated his genuine interest in helping the client succeed. Tracy offers practical tips for staying persistent. Track your follow-ups. Use a CRM or simple spreadsheet to ensure you never miss an opportunity. Add value at every touchpoint. Share articles, case studies, or personalized insights with each follow-up. Maintain a positive attitude. View each interaction as progress, even if the sale isn't closed immediately. Key takeaway: persistence demonstrates professionalism and builds trust. Customers often buy from the salesperson who stays top of mind. Chapter 15: Continuous Learning, Sharpening Your Skills. In this chapter, Tracy highlights the importance of lifelong learning in sales. He argues that the most successful salespeople are those who continually invest in their growth. Whether it's learning new techniques, understanding industry trends, or studying psychology, ongoing education sets top performers apart. Tracy shares the story of a real estate agent who dedicated 1 hour a day to reading sales books and listening to podcasts. Over 5 years, her income tripled, and she became a sought-after speaker in her industry. He recommends several ways to sharpen your skills. 1. Read daily. Devote at least 15 to 30 minutes to reading sales or self-improvement books. 2. Attend seminars and workshops. Learn from experts and network with peers. 3. Seek feedback. Regularly ask your manager or colleagues for constructive criticism. Golden Rule: the more you learn, the more you earn. Chapter 16: The Role of Integrity, Selling with Honesty and Authenticity. Tracy underscores that integrity is the cornerstone of long-term success in sales. While aggressive tactics or half-truths might lead to short-term gains, they erode trust and damage reputations. He emphasizes that customers buy from people they trust, and trust is built through honesty and authenticity. He recounts a story of a car salesperson who became the top seller in her dealership by always putting the customer's needs first. Even when it meant recommending a lower-priced model, she prioritized the customer's best interests. As a result, she gained loyal clients and countless referrals. Practical advice: be transparent about product limitations and offer genuine solutions. Customers appreciate honesty and are more likely to trust you in the future. Key takeaway: success isn't just about closing the deal, it's about building lasting relationships based on trust. Chapter 17: Your Sales Blueprint, Planning for Success. Tracy wraps up the book by guiding readers to create a personalized sales plan. He compares this blueprint to a roadmap, helping salespeople stay focused and achieve their goals. The blueprint includes setting clear goals. Define specific, measurable targets for the number of calls, meetings, and closed deals. Creating a daily schedule. Allocate time for prospecting, follow-ups, and skill building. Reviewing progress regularly. Assess your performance weekly to identify areas for improvement. Tracy shares a powerful story of a struggling salesperson who turned his career around by adopting a structured plan. By setting daily goals and tracking his progress, he not only doubled his income, but also found renewed passion for his work. Final advice: success in sales is not accidental. It's the result of deliberate planning and consistent effort. Thanks for listening. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell icon to get new video updates. Happy learning!